Today, Kevin is going to be making sloppy joes. These are homemade sloppy joes. We've bought it before, the mix and the can, but we've never made our own homemade. This, you'll notice there's like not pictures in this book. That's because it is from the February 1982 edition of Southern Living magazine. And back then, I told Kevin they did not have a lot of pictures for the recipes, unfortunately, because I really like pictures. But to make the sloppy joes, Kevin's going to tell you everything that we need.
Okay, so you need 3 pounds of ground beef. That's a whole 3-pound package right there. A medium onion that's finely chopped, or as fine as I could get it. 1 cup of chopped celery. 1 10 1/4 ounce can of tomato soup, which is regular tomato soup. A can or 1 cup of ketchup. And you need 1 teaspoon of salt. We went ahead and mixed these together. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, which doesn't hardly seem like it makes sense. You also need hamburger buns, of course, halved. And then you need some shredded cheese. We just got the Kraft mild cheddar. You use that after you made them. So basically, first thing we're going to do is just brown the hamburger. So we've got a pot, a pretty large skillet set up here. I'm going to brown the hamburger, and then I'm going to add my onion and celery and cook it off, but I'll show you that when I get to it. Okay, my hamburger is pretty much browned all up. There might be a few little places here and there, but it's okay. It'll cook out when I'm doing the celery and onions. So basically, I'm just going to add my celery and my onions to the pan. Stir it all up really good. I'll come back and knock all the rest of that off. Stir it up really good, and you want to basically cook it until your celery and onions are tender, and then we're going to drain the grease. Okay, this is it all cooked down. We've already drained it. So what I'm going to do now is add my salt and pepper. I'm just kind of sprinkle it over, and then I'm going to add my I'll add my tomato soup, and then I'm going to add my ketchup. What we're going to do now is we're going to let this simmer for 30 minutes. Okay, this has been simmering for about 25 minutes, and it's thickened up enough to serve. It's not like it's dripping or anything like that. So that's the biggest thing, is you don't want it to be wet enough to drip all over the place. So Tammy's putting it on a bun. And I've never had it like this, but the recipe recommended you put cheese on it. So I've never had a sloppy joe with cheese, so we're going to try it out. I mean, it's probably good. It's hamburger and sauce with cheese. It can't be bad, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so you can put as much or a little cheese as you want, or no cheese at all if you don't really like cheese that much. Or if you don't want shredded cheese, you can probably slap a big old slice of cheese on there if you wanted to. Yeah.
I'm going to do one with
and one without. Yeah, that's a good idea. So anyway, we're going to take it over the table and try it out.
So I love finding recipes like this in Southern Living magazine. If you don't know, if you haven't been following me, or if this is a random video you clicked on, my daughter-in-law, Christina, I requested some old Southern Living magazines or whatever old magazines for Christmas, and that's where I got these. She found them for me. But even though they don't have pictures, I think it's cool that just to use an old recipe like this.
It is weird they don't have any pictures at all.
I know.
I guess it all cost money back then.
Yeah, and I guess they didn't start doing that until a little bit later. This recipe was submitted by Nell Little in Jonesboro, Tennessee, back in 1982.
It also says you can take this mixture and freeze it. What did it say? You can put it in a freezer container and freeze it, and to serve it, just thaw it in the refrigerator and heat in a saucepan. So if you wanted to save it for a long term, you could do that.
Yeah, so I'm going to try the one without cheese first.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because Kevin's right. We're not used to having sloppy joes with cheese.
Never had one.
I'm sure it's good. We both like cheese. That bun is so soft.
It is a very soft bun.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but it doesn't have quite the flavor as the canned stuff does it?
It's more tomato, and I'm thinking with the can that you use a green pepper.
I think it's in the can.
or it's in the can.
Yeah.
And this used celery.
Yeah, which is...
I do like this though.
Oh, yeah, it'd be very hearty. Oh, you haven't tried the one with cheese yet?
No, I really do like that. I love just the flavor of the hamburger and the onion and the ketchup. That's mainly what you're tasting. Hamburger, onion, and ketchup. I can't say that I necessarily taste like tomato soup. So this is the one with the cheese. Have you tried your cheese? Okay, what do you think?
I've said this about cheese for years.
Kevin can't taste it.
I can never taste it. Unless it's a really, really, really high quality cheese that has a really strong flavor, or there's a lot of it.
Right.
I really don't get the flavor of it. So for me, it doesn't add anything. Now maybe if I put a big thick slice of American cheese on there, like sliced cheese, and let it melt, I might have been able to taste that or tell a texture difference, but I can't tell the difference.
Truly, a lot of times I can tell the difference with the cheese, and I can't tell with this. It's just not, it's like regular, like shredded cheddar cheese, and there's really just not any big, because the that ketchup is such a thick, rich, it's just a strong flavor that it's hard for that cheese to come through. Maybe if you had used mozzarella or something like that, you would have tasted it. But just with cheddar cheese, I don't taste it.
Yeah.
But
unless
I do.
you really pile it on there.
I really do like this recipe.
Oh, yeah, I like the texture and everything. The only thing I would switch out is I would dump the celery and put at least a cup of green pepper in there instead.
Well,
I put green peppers instead of celery. That's what I would change.
yeah, we had green pepper. We could have used green pepper. I do like this though, and I think it's a cheap meal.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're trying to feed a bunch of people, then I think this is cheap, and you don't even have to have the celery at all, because it really didn't.
That's
it
what I'm
didn't
saying.
bulk it up.
No.
It didn't make any difference.
It really didn't
to
make any flavor difference, and you don't get the texture because you've cooked it to where it's tender. So
Yeah.
really, the celery had no purpose.
I
unless
know.
it just fills you up more.
I was gonna say, unless it just makes you feel better
Right.
about having an additional vegetable
if you
in it.
can, I would replace the celery with peppers. That way it would actually add some flavor to
Yes,
it, to where
green
the
pepper.
celery really doesn't do much to it.
Absolutely. And if you wanted to add just a little bit of kick to it, you could put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in it too.
Jalapeno peppers.
I love Worcestershire sauce.
Can you imagine jalapeno peppers?
Jalapenos would be
Not a
good.
lot, just a little bit.
Banana peppers would be good on this. You could do a lot of things
Yeah,
to
there's all
dress
kinds of
this up, but it's good just the way it is.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.